All right, good morning all. This video, we're gonna be reviewing how to stay healthy and fit while traveling. So let's get to it. And this is not how to do it, but honestly, that leads me into my first point. So the first thing is you're not always gonna be perfect. You're gonna have cheat meals a lot of the time. One of my guilty pleasures while traveling is actually getting McDonald's. It's a little flavor of home, and also just McDonald's all over the world. Every single country has their own flavors and items on the menu, and I just love comparing and contrasting them. Then another tip, obviously, is to first cook your own meals. You're gonna be eating out a lot while traveling, but if you can find a hostel, a hotel, an Airbnb that you have a cooking area, then this is gonna save you a lot of money. And also you're gonna be able to, especially in more social environments like a hostel, be able to share meals, have a reason to talk to other people. If you make a big pot of, like, let's say curry, and then share that with everyone in the hostel, offer it to different people, they're gonna like you a lot more, and you guys are gonna be able to have a talking point right away. Now, another thing to do, which is just a big overarching point, and I recommend to almost everyone, is to go for more long-term stays. When you're able to have a long-term stay, you're opening yourself up to a lot more things in terms of proper sleep, for sure. You don't feel like you're running around as much trying to catch everything. Then, once you have the longer term stay, I would say at least a week in a single city or location, you can get a gym membership, whether that's day passes, or what I prefer doing is getting a week-long pass to a gym. Very common locations to travel to, such as Bali, Thailand, Mexico. Big vacation spots basically always have gyms with week-long or day pass memberships. That way, if you get the week-long membership, you're like, oh yes, it is a lot of money, but because you've made that investment, you're more likely to go to the gym and stay active and healthy there. I personally like to work out first thing in the morning, and with that, you kind of have it out of the way, you feel good for the rest of the day. It also gets you woken up and energized. And that's also a great way to meet new people, for sure. Another thing I like to do first thing in the morning, especially when I don't have access to a gym, or I don't have the money to pay for gym membership, or I just am not there for a very long period of time. And I honestly love to do this the first full day I'm in a new city, is to go for a run. I particularly go towards the closest body of water, whether that's a river, a beach, because those are usually hotspots for culture and hotspots for people to be walking first thing in the morning. And I go down, I look at all the shops, and I go for a nice long run. This, again, first thing in the morning, already gets your bearings on a new city. When I was doing very high impact traveling, a new city every 4 days, first thing when I got there, go for a run with a group of people. I was traveling with a big, large travel group, but I organized a little group who said, hey, we really enjoy running, let's run in every city. And then this also gave us just a good aesthetic view of the city. We were able to know the different areas of the city. We'd run towards like the hot spots, get a good view, get a nice picture, get that all out of the way, and then we'd have the whole rest of our day, and we'd already have our bearings on where everything was in the city, what types of shops we'd see, and all that fun stuff. Now, I'm gonna enjoy this meal real quick, and then I'll get back to you on the rest, because obviously I'm breaking it with some McDonald's. Healthy lifestyle, you can't do 24/7. Oh, that was good. Little taste of home. I used to get McGriddles from McDonald's or hotcakes every Saturday. My dad would come home with them after he went to the gym. He stayed very healthy and fit, and he'd give me and my brothers these hotcakes or McMuffins or something. And then we'd just sit down and watch cartoons for the Saturday morning, you know? A little bit of nostalgia there. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually following my next tip, which is logging your calories. So I use this app personally called MyNet Diary. I just experimented with different apps. This one has the widest range of free features, that premium plan, but also looks aesthetically pleasing to me. That's what I do personally. A lot of people I know love MyFitnessPal, but if you track your calories and make sure you're under your maintenance calories, you'll make sure you're not gaining weight while traveling, which is what a lot of people do, because you spend a lot of time sitting, surprisingly. Even though you're walking a ton around different towns and cities, when you're on planes or going for long stretches, like I know people who have done 2 whole days commuting, 48 hours commuting, and you're just sitting the whole time watching TV, and this is often exhausting for different people. So if you log your calories, log the amount of exercise you're doing, you'll be able to hit your maintenance calories, or go under if you're not trying to gain any weight. If you're not trying to lose any muscle mass or something, you can go over, you can track your carbs, your proteins, and your fats. That way you make sure that you have a nice balanced diet and are hitting what you need for your fitness goals. So I'm gonna log my meal right now. So yeah, this is how many calories I had, or actually not calories, kilojoules, since everything here in Australia is in kilojoules instead of calories. I am going to put that into my net diary now. Yeah, I'm already halfway through just from that one meal. Tons of sugar in there, probably isn't the healthiest for me, but we continue going, and you know, it was a nice cheat meal. Today's my day off work and just enjoying myself. Other than working out in the morning, the next, and honestly this is probably the biggest tip from me personally, as soon as I left the US a year ago today, I followed this, and this is, especially when you're traveling with a friend, you and your friend agree to keep each other accountable for fitness. Whenever one goes for a workout, you have to invite the other for a workout. And if you want to put like a friendly bet on this, like, oh, if you miss a workout with me, then you have to buy my next meal or something. Or if it's just like, hey, keeping each other accountable, I worked out today, you don't want to get out of shape while you're traveling, do that. Me and my friend, our first stay was actually in a hotel, and they had a really, really good gym. And we actually went there. That was like the first thing I did after I ate. So my day, as soon as I landed in the Netherlands, 24 hours out of the US, I got to the hotel, ate breakfast with my friends. After we ate breakfast, rested for a bit, caught up and chat, then hit the gym. That was our little day there. And I was jet lagged, but I made myself do it because I knew even if I was jet lagged, if I do it and then go to sleep after, I'll have a fantastic sleep. You know, exercise makes your sleep quality way better. And especially when you're traveling, especially if you're on some sort of trip where you're partying a ton, you want to make sure you're getting the best sleep quality. Sleep, I find, is the #1 thing for your health. So that's the next tip, which is prioritize your sleep. I know you're trying to do a lot. I know you want to take in every single experience, but make sure that you get on a consistent sleep schedule. It doesn't have to be you going to sleep before midnight and waking up before 8 a.m. every day, because as I said, you might be going out late partying. But if you get consistency, that's the biggest thing. So let's say you get back from a night out, especially when I was in Berlin, I was going out a ton. I would get back at 7 a.m., but I would consistently sleep 7 a.m. to 2. And that would be my sleep for the day. And I was only there for 3 days, but let's say if I was there for 2 weeks, I'd be consistently on that schedule. And then that way, my health would revitalize. So those are my words of wisdom. This is me a year out of the US, traveling a bunch. This is kind of what I've learned through my 4+ years of traveling independently. If you have any tips that I missed, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you really didn't approve of my McDonald's meal, I mean, it's what I eat. You can complain about it all you like. If you found some sort of value, if this helped you out on your trip, feel free to leave a like. And if you want more videos on travel and design and just mindset in general, feel free to subscribe to the channel. That's exactly what we do here. Other than that, continue exploring and hope you have an epic day.